of those were from Cambridge. But the only man to get the red card was Magilton, and his look said it all. Worse to come, I'm afraid. The Cambridge keeper got hit in the face by a coin thrown from the crowd. Referee warned the police, and United will be reported to the FA. The goalie escaped with a bruise. The game fell flat after that. United with 10 men were happy to hold on. And they all finished friends. It was a good win. United 3, Cambridge 0. Up at York in the 3rd division there were 6 goals, only 2 though for Hereford. City took the lead after 20 minutes, John Borthwick the scorer. It was 2-0 just after the break. Borthwick again got the goal, but this one was down to a mistake by Hereford keeper Alan Judge. United looked a beaten team, but they came back. Top scorer Owen Pickard made it 2-1. And then as Pickard chased towards goal, York defender Andy McMillan sent the ball rolling into his own net. 2-2 would have been a good result, but Hereford went and lost it in the last minute as York scored 2 more. After 89 minutes, Ian Blackstone blasted home number 3. Seconds later, seconds before the whistle, John McCarthy made it York City 4, Hereford United 2. Swindon.
After 9 games without a win, Hereford United hit the jackpot on Saturday with a well-earned victory over Torquay at Edgbaston.
Skipper Derek Hall got them going with his first ever goal for the club, so no wonder he went on a victory run. He came straight back with an equaliser.
Colin Colton scored just 2 minutes later. Here we go again, the Hereford fans must have thought
United did them proud with a second from Marcus Browning. Their goalkeepers came closest to winning. That man one defeat. This week and tomorrow. Here are the matches. Oxford and Swindon both kick off at 7:45. Now
Oxford drew 5-5 with Portsmouth. Swindon went down 2-0 to Brentford, while Hereford lost 3-1 at
United were blown to bits in the first half as Portsmouth roared into a 3-goal lead. Alan
Rockland got the first after 18 minutes. 3 minutes later, Pompey carried over. He's worth a few million pennies at the moment.
And there was worse to come for United as Kerry Evans went and sliced a corner into his own net. 3 down and only 30 minutes gone, Oxford was staring defeat, disaster in the face. Back they came though with a goal from David Penny.
It seemed that Portsmouth weren't so hot, but United could perhaps pull this one out of the fire. But within 2 minutes it was
4-1. Whittingham again, that's 18 for him this season. Right on.
Half-time United got their second. Jim Magilton thumped one home, and in the dressing room Liverpool got a rocket from manager Brian Horton.
But it was Portsmouth who came out firing in the second half. Mark Chamberlain scored a beauty. 5-2, that was it surely, the end of Oxford. Some supporters were on their
way home when John Denning ran through and scored to make it 5-3. There are even more empty seats as the game kicked into the last minute, with the 60
seconds of magic, madness and mayhem. Winger Chrissy Allen was pulled down and the ref gave a penalty. Magilton stepped up.
5-4. Then the ref had the whistle in his lips when United grabbed the equaliser with the very last touch of the ball.
To believe it. At the Manor Ground, they'll remember the 3rd of November for some time. The only sparks at the
countdown came from Brentford, who turned the form book upside down and inside out by putting 2 goals past Swindon. Gary Griffith gave Brentford the lead midway through the first half, which was a bad one
for the town defence. The second goal should have been stopped too. There was too much room and too much time for Lee Luscombe to make it 2-0.
Town were on top in the second half and could have got something. They won a penalty just after half-time when Martin Ling was pulled down.
But Craig Maskell threw the kick away, and with it went Swindon's chances. In the third division, Hereford United was seeing stars at Gillingham after letting in 2 early goals.
Nick Foster got them both. There was no stopping the first, but the second, well, it was more to do with bad defence than two.
United came back with a goal just before half-time. To a first for young Jason Rowbottom, who's on trial with the club. And it was close, touch and go until the very last minute.
And Andy Arnott got a third for Gillingham. The end for Hereford, the end of the night of football fire.
At the back, the defence went to work and Paul Rees performed his tricks again to keep Oxford in command. United got a
Third just before half-time. David Kenny was the scorer, and after what happened against Portsmouth last week, they realised even a 3-goal lead didn't take
these days. So they kept going for goals. Didn't get any, but it wasn't for the lack of trying. Southend 0.
Oxford 3. In the third division, Hereford got off to a flyer against Chesterfield Leicester Street. Defender Andy Theodosiou
Baker has returned to the team with a goal. United are playing well, they're worth watching, and they deserve better than they're getting. But they've got to sharpen up in front of goal.
After that, Nick United's luck ran out. Chesterfield came back with a penalty as Lancaster crash landed in the area. Sorry, ref.
You were wrong. Keeper Judge never touched him, let alone trip him. But the ref's decision was final, so too was Lee Turnbull's penalty. Worse to come, Chesterfield took the lead at the start of the second half with a goal from Paul Lemon.
The ball came off the studs on his boot. No justice in the play.
Hereford, they ran themselves into the ground, ran Chesterfield off the pitch, but they couldn't get another goal.
And as often happens, United was so committed to attack that they left the drawbridge down at the back, and Lemon scored another in the last minute to make it Hereford 1.
Chesterfield 3. We've got the Hereford rugby team in cup action in a moment, but first to one of the happiest places of the day, and that's
look at some of those games.
Top billing must go to Vauxhall Conference side.
Rangers in yellow, who withstood some tremendous pressure against Lincoln City, one of the best sides in Division 3.
We came away with a goal draw. The replay next Wednesday. A great performance too from little Sutton Coldfield Town in blue and white at Bolton. David Reed getting wonders opener. When Andy Walker got Bolton second, it looked all over for Sutton Coldfield.
But 19-year-old Andy Dale gave the visitors late hope with this goal. Sutton thought they'd earned a replay with this Mickey Clark goal, but it was ruled off.
At the Hawthorns, no fears of any upset. Albion hitting 8 past Aylesbury United. Kevin Donovan with the first of his hat-trick. Simon Garner laid on Donovan second. Some good close control. The Aylesbury keeper just failing to reach it.
We were well in.
Pretty humble, the Albion crowd savouring Donovan's third. A cheeky chip that made it 8-0. A miserable Sunday for Birmingham City. An early goal from Jimmy Quinn putting Reading third and half. Blues then had keeper Martin Thomas sent off for pulling down Williams.
And in Trevor Matthewson saved the penalty, but Blues couldn't save the game. Third division Hereford United looked candidates for an upset when
Simon Quayle put non-league Sutton United 1 up, although keeper Judge looked for them foul. Hereford equalised soon afterwards thanks to Owen Pickard. Then in the rain-soaked last few minutes, Hereford were relieved to go through.
an own goal from Barton, giving them a slender victory. And some smashing matches for Midland survivors in the second round.
Stoke thought about perhaps not having to travel too far. Albion with an awkward time. In Division 3, times is still half for Hereford United. On form, they should have blown Barry away at Big Lane, but let in 2 late goals. The first from Danny Sommer came with just 8 minutes to go. And then with seconds to go, Grant made it 2-0 to leave United just 3 places off the bottom of the Football League. And that's the action tonight. A final round report on Wednesday. Hopefully we'll be able to celebrate Colin McCabe. And was sent off for using bad language.
He'll be fined heavily by the club for losing his temper. United played better as the game went on, but Brentford still had the chances
To make more goals. In the second half, Oxford came close to the equaliser on several occasions. Towards the end, they threw everything forward.
The Brentford goal creaked and groaned, but it...
1-0 to Brentford. In the third division, joy for Hereford United. A win at last. Great opening goal too from top scorer Owen
Pickard. They made it 2 minutes later, bit fluky.
This one went down as an own goal by Colchester fullback Warren Donald. They helped out on number 3 too, but it's still a wonderful strike by Richard Jones that did the damage. Leading up at half-time, United.
We do that, but we'll see what we can do.
United were always in control though. They played well, and the defensive luck might have got another couple of goals. Then Pickard went as close as they could to scoring.
Rain, the Cherry and Whites are out of the...
Closed down. The end of the Cold War means the hospitals at Little Rissington and Bicester are no...
The opposition in the next round, big money finish. But Orson lost. Stevie now looks back on a disappointing night, starting with Hereford United's victory against Yeovil. No league side ever relative meeting Yeovil. They began with an early goal. Harrow with a cross and a header from Sanderson. It got worse for Hereford. Player manager Greg Down sent off for this cynical challenge on centre. Down protested afterwards that he'd been harshly treated, but it was a professional foul. Then a penalty for the West Country side after Jones
was brought down Ferns. But Paul Batty's spot kick was saved by Judge. It seemed to give Hereford the incentive they needed. From this long goal kick, Owen Pickard beat the advancing Coles
to make it one apiece. But Yeovil had the last laugh. Their substitute Neil Coates scoring in the very last minute to set up a lucrative third-round meeting with Arsenal. Non-league Cheltenham Town in blue and white travelled to Bournemouth for their replay, more in hope than expectation. Bournemouth taking an early lead to Kenny Monday. They took the home side another 50 minutes to make it 2-0, this time through Brian McGorry. A brave fight from
Cheltenham, but they succumbed to a third goal from Nicky Morgan, and their goalkeeper will want to forget. VS Rugby went down 2-0 to fellow non-leaguers Marlow. Boucher with the goal.
The Theodora League side dreaming of a third-round meeting with Spurs. When Watkins made it 2, Marlow was contemplating a £50,000 boost to their bank balance. Ah well. Now here's an argument that raises its head from time to time.
It's a game of rugby union.
10 minutes to go at the Vetch Field. United looked a good bet for the
Fourth round. Within a minute, right was 1-1. Swansea hit back with an equaliser from Colin West. And circled back to the manor for the replay a week on Tuesday. We got a goal on Saturday, and I thought that was going to be enough because it was a game on 2-1.
There's not that much wrong with Hereford that a win wouldn't put right. They're short on luck and confidence, and
More worryingly, league points. They took the lead against Cardiff with a goal from Matt Nicholson. That kicked first for the club and couldn't have come at a better time. The Hereford, though, taking the lead off the easily.
than holding on to it. Cardiff came back with an equaliser just 6 minutes later. The bad pass by Hall dropped United into trouble, and the great finish
By Phil Stamp made things even worse. Mr. Stamp, of course, used to knock the goals into Hereford, and they could do with some of his shots shooting right now. City got their winner just out.
after half-time. They took it well, although Greg Downs will want to know why his defence didn't stop Nick Richardson from scoring.
United have won just one of their last 7 league matches. For them, the only way is up. And finally, congratulations to the first big Central South winner of the new year.
Well, from Gloucester helped.